If you have time and you have the wheels, then a local group needs your help.
Mobile Meals is looking for friendly volunteers to make some special deliveries. Here's Priscilla Altuna and Kathy Armbruster. Ladies, how are you?
Good morning. We're great.
100,000 meals a year. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, our meals are delivered by volunteers 5 days a week. We deliver 2 meals a day. And to approximately, well, it was almost 900 clients that we delivered to last year. And they're all homebound, unable to cook or shop for themselves, and the majority of them are receiving special diet meals. Diabetic, renal, cardiac, some soft, some liquid diets, but they all need and want to stay at home. That's the goal, is to keep them at home sleeping in their own beds.
And Mobile Meals helps that become a reality.
It helps them stay at home. It helps them to remain independent and living in their own home, sleeping in their own beds. And that's important. That's our goal, is to keep them at home and healthy. So we have approximately 400 volunteers to deliver the meals, 33 different routes all over the city and Green Valley. And all of our meals are made by local hospitals and healthcare facilities here in town.
And how do you keep it all straight? I mean, you were talking about like the diet restrictions and, you know, the liquid diets for some of these patients and things like that. Like, how on earth do you keep that all straight?
Well, we do have some staff people. We've got a lot of volunteers, and the computers help. It's great. Yeah, we have a lot of volunteers. We have volunteers that actually make home visits before the clients start. And they go and they get all the meds, and we have a dietitian on staff that looks at all the information that comes in, gets the diet order signed by the doctor, and then we find a place and a route close to their home, close to a hospital, and we place them on the route, and then they start getting meals.
And Kathy, you're a driver. Talk about that undertaking.
I've been doing this now for about 2 years, and I've really enjoyed it. I was a retired nurse for about 20 years, but I got into this with one of my girlfriends, and we have a route on every Tuesday out of Health South, and we meet up down there and we go and get the meals to take out. We usually have 6 to 8 different stops to make along the way, and then we go out for lunch. So it becomes kind of a social time for us to get together, but we really enjoy meeting with the clients and have just met some lovely people, and often we are the only person they see all day.
Right.
And so we try to stay and chat for a few minutes and make sure they're doing okay, and you know, and just try to get involved a little bit.
I would have never thought of it as a way to do things with somebody else. I would have think that you would just go out and do it alone, but that is such a great idea. You get time to spend with somebody else, and you help so many other people in the process. That's a great idea.
We have more fun, and actually just finding the houses, if we've got somebody new on the route, we'll be chatting and yakking so much that, oh my gosh, sometimes, you know, we drive right past everything and we go, it takes 2 of us to navigate, you know what I mean? Or one of us has to be the nagavator, we call it. But anyway, it becomes really fun, and I think that there's a great need that needs to be filled in this organization. And I think there are a lot of people who would love to do this on the buddy system. It's also nice because if I go out of town or she goes out of town, it's no problem, you know, unless we're together. But I mean, otherwise we can cover our route just fine. And
it's wonderful, because then we don't have to worry about that day, that route. And we know that Kathy and Joy are going to do it, so it's wonderful.
Right, someone's covering it.
Someone's covering it. It's one less route we have to worry about. So, yeah, and when you've got 33 every day, you've got to hustle to get the drivers. So, yeah. And we have a lot of couples that do it together. They do it. And the wife or the husband navigates, and the other one goes in and takes the meal. Or they both go in and take the meal and get to know the clients. We also have some businesses. Golden Eagle Distributing has, I think 8 or 10 people that drive, and they take care of one route out of the old Keno Hospital. And between the 8 or 10 of them, they rotate and they deliver once or twice a month only, and they deliver and then they go back to work. It's wonderful. It works out great that way, because we don't have to worry about the route. We know it's covered. So DM squadrons are also delivering.
Okay.
We have about 6 squadrons out at DM that deliver, and they do the same thing. They have one point of contact, and between the people in the squadron, they take care of the route on that day. So it's wonderful. It works out great.
And if
it's a
people
fun-
were interested in more information or interested in becoming a volunteer, do they just give you a call, or are there training seminars or any of that? How does that work?
They just give us a call. We have them fill out some paperwork, and they come into the office and they train individually with our volunteer coordinator. And that's usually an hour and a half. And then they do a ride-along on the route that they're going to deliver so that they learn it before they actually go by themselves. And we do a maximum of 8 clients per route, so it's not a long time. It takes maybe an hour and a half if you get lost or start visiting.
Or you chat a lot, which we often do.
But it doesn't take long, and they're just thrilled to see people walk in. You know, you knock on the door. We had a lady say, you know, she was just, that's when the only time she put on lipstick.
Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you
was
for having
so
us.
wonderful. And
Thank
keep
you.
doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And to learn more about how you can help your neighbors by calling the Mobile Meals of Tucson at 622-1600 or go online to mobilemealsoftucson.org. Again, that number is 622-1600 and mobilemealsoftucson.org.
Stick around, the Morning Wind will be right back with what's happening on tomorrow's show.